Hello everyone and welcome back to Mag Mammal 3. So, continuing on with tier 7. Let's make some good progress on the tier. Not sure if I'm going to get to the end to complete it, but at least make some good headway once more. Last stage I played should have been 98th place, should have been this one. Hazard Hydra, which was a good stage until we got to the secret. And then difficulty completely went ballistic. Oh, and after these two stages we'll be able to use the shortcut if we need to return to tier 7 after today. But for now, Searchman. I'm rooting for Hunter Woman, okay? Okay. Both heads in unison, okay. What about me? I'm rooting for you to lose the Hunter Woman. Fitting. So, 97th place. Skull Sands Megatale 4 by Jax of 7. Whoa. With an overall score of 52.35, but it has a massive 25% time penalty. So this could be another tier 10 or 11 stage. Now I'm excited. And called Skull Sands Megatale 4? It's gonna be an Undertale reference, or Deltarune, isn't it? Oh boy, I'm looking forward to it. It got a 74 from Mick, a 70 from Shin, and a 78 from Patchy. Flashman being the lowest scoring judge, and Shin being middle ground. Whoa. A lot of fun. Really good creativity, really good aesthetics, functionality, pretty good, and very good design. Oh boy! 5 elements as well, tokens as well. Well, this is gonna be a bit of an experience. And it plays Sands' feet immediately! Oh my god. Oh my god, that's the song choice we're going for here? Okay. I don't know if those are spikes. Oh wait. Oh, okay. I assume those will hurt you. There's the first token. Oh my god. This is really cool. Okay. Okay, so those you can defeat. Right. Gaster Blaster moment. That got me. Well done. Well played. Well played. You literally look like Sans. That's so cool. Oh my god. Now I'm really worried about Gaster Blasters appearing. Oh, I'm gonna... No. I'm gonna love but hate this stage. What? I'm really worried about Gaster Blasters appearing. They keep jump scaring me. Oh, so now you backtrack. Or do I? Very. No. I don't know what's going on there. Why? Someone don't slide? Wait, or was it just the Sans Joe not allowing me to go through? This is a very, very, very unique concept, alright? Let's move on. Oh, I'm so scared. I'm just gonna get jump scared by Gaster Blasters again. What? Oh, that's a life, isn't it? Is it gonna shoot from the top? I'm expecting it to shoot from the top. No? It's a checkpoint, okay. Safe ground. I'm really worried. Is it just a visual tell? That's 3 times you got me scared. Okay, I think it's just a visual tell. Yeah, so what's to the right? Which way? So you can't go through until you defeat the enemy, because this is a force field of some kind. Which is an interesting concept. Well... What? There is a lot going on here. I still don't know if this is the secret path or the correct path. Ow! Okay, that's the 4th token, I think. Woo! So where's my 3rd token? Sans! Oh wow, you actually have to defeat all the enemies, because otherwise you won't be able to go through. Even backtracking. That's a really neat concept. Alright, Sans, get over here. I'm not sure if the 3rd token is going to be here. I obviously see the Gaster Blasters. Or I guess you're not gonna shoot. I for sure thought you would. Oh, I guess we're gonna go upside down here. Yeah. Oh! I was right. There's the... Alright, Sam. Ah! Wait. No, 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 no. Ooh. Oh, this stage. It's just jump scare station. Okay, how do I get up there? That is a really tight jump, considering how the enemies keep respawning. I wanted to give it an honest shot at least once. So you shoot later, I see. I completely forgot. Oh, this stage. You can't even cheese it by dropping down here, that's just not gonna work. I don't know how to get through this without taking damage, honestly. Like, I really don't. Unless... Hang on, I do know. I didn't mean to fall off there. Yeah, yeah. I really don't trust this. Yeah, I really did not trust that in the slightest, so... I guess we just backtrack. Oh god. I don't know if I can make that. Maybe with rush bike. Yeah. Oh! Careful now. Oh, upside down, okay. Oh! Oh, I already see them. I already see them. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, you just have to jump really quickly. There is enough time. I wasn't expecting to fly out into space. Okay, So what, down? Okay. Alright, Sans. What's up? What's up? What on earth? How do I even get that token? Do I trust this leap of faith here? Oh, it does not fill with confidence. I see how to get it. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, Sans, see you later then. What? What? Matt, what? That's so cool! Oh, all we need is a fitting boss. Oh, please let it be Sans. Oh, that's amazing! Oh my god, that's awesome! Oh my god! Okay, not all of these enemies you can defeat. This is literally like, this is actually an awesome mod. This is so cool. And those are meant to be like the little bones you have to jump over. Wow. Wow. This stage was bloody phenomenal. I expected a higher tier than 7th stage when I saw the score, and oh boy does it deliver. Oh man. Wow. An Undertale themed stage, which is just fantastic. That was awesome. It certainly would have placed far, far higher had it not been the time penalty, because that stage deserves. That was amazing. So what did our judges think? And I suppose it's Skull Sans Megatale 4 because it's based off Skullman, which is from Mega Man 4, or is this the 4th rendition of this series? Because I haven't seen anything before. Mick, 74. Not gonna lie, that name did not give positive expectations. However, where I expected dumb Megalovania memes was instead a genuine attempt at a Sans level. So hey, I'm impressed there. The enemy set definitely forms the core of this place, for better or for worse. The exclamation mark and enemies are the prominent ones, and my only issue is that I wish there was a hint of which type was spawning. The Gaster Blasters are just all around grey, with their placements rewarding strong observational skills, and Sans Joe is a lot more interesting than regular Skeleton Joes, and he gets some creative setups with the diamond token and level ending. That being said, their movement blocker needs some kind of visual. It looks and feels like a glitch right now, even though it's not. The biggest letdown was Sans Met. There's only one of him, and he's not hard to kill before his attack, so I really wonder why he was there. As far as the level itself, it's definitely not an easy one. It took a lot of practice to get a no death, no tanks run, but it's completely doable, especially with the heals at the checkpoints. It also has a decent difficulty curve, though dodging the first shield / Toga Heroes feels harder than any later instance, even after I practice. Beyond that, having the layout be so obviously Skullman's is a bit of a negative on creativity. Not to say this isn't creative, far from it, but I can't call it fully original when this much is a direct rip from Mega Man 4. The level's still on a high note though. Skull Sans himself is fast, frantic, fun, and ultimately a lot more fair than the original Sans, which I suppose makes sense. You're not a genocidal murder child here. Hey, spoilers! Anyway, he's probably the best part of the level, and what's before him is no slouch. While there are definitely some issues in here, this was overall an excellent challenge and a fine example of a hard level. Shin, 70. Shin's even smiling. That's you've done a good job, my friend. I was prepared for another full-on meme level the moment I saw this stage's name. Lo and behold, it's actually a legitimate stage that plays its gimmicks fairly straight. Aside from said gimmicks, one of the main things that stuck out to me was the stage's difficulty. It's actually not quite as hard as I thought it'd be, given the source material. Everything has a pretty clear introduction here, and the level structure even gives you some hints to avoid being blindsided by the Gaster Blasters. Granted, it's still possible to miss out on a few of these, like the first Skeleton Joe's warp ability, or the preview of the Gaster Blaster immediately afterwards, if you don't go for the small health items. I would say this is my biggest gripe with the level, but I actually ended up having more issues with some of the enemy spawner placement. I found myself getting hit frequently while standing in the safe zone in between some of the spawners, which made getting past them a bit finicky. It's definitely possible to get through without taking damage, but it's a very precise process. Despite that one issue, however, I wouldn't say the stage gets too out of hand unless you're going for the tokens. This is where the level goes from tough but manageable to very punishing. The third token in particular is pretty bad, mostly due to the enemy spawner and skeleton Joe placements, making everything way too hectic during the backtrack out of the room. Thankfully, the rest of the main stage isn't anywhere near as chaotic, and the frustration is alleviated thanks to full health refills being at every checkpoint. The boss, meanwhile, is a bit of a grey area somewhere in between. I wouldn't say he's overwhelming, but he definitely takes some time to get used to if you're buster dueling him. That said, Spark Chaser almost completely shuts him down since it's not only his weakness, but also destroys the tiny shield attackers he summons. So in essence, the fight is only as much of a problem as you're willing to make it. Overall, though, I think it's a pretty good attempt at Megamanizing some aspects of the Sans fight. Very nice job with this one. Actually, 78. Humor is destitute. That was certainly a bizarre stage, but it's certainly not bad. Never have played Undertale. You should! So some of the reference may be lost on me here, but I'm quite aware of the Sans character and its meme glory. The enemies are certainly quite interesting, if you can call them enemies. They're more of a glorified stage obstacle in the form of spawners that the spawnies travel through only a few towers before getting despawned. Pretty unique that. Some jumps can feel a bit too tight at times, though, where Mega Man would most likely get hit by one of the spawn enemies. Maybe if the spawn rate were a bit slower. In one section you are upside down, you can rush coil back to the previous screen, then fall into the section above from the underside. Obviously not intentional, as things can get a bit wacky. The Sans Joes, the concept is neat of how they prevent you from moving past them, making the players have to find their way around the terrains to dispose of them, though that aspect can also be rather awkward in some layouts. Together with their behaviour of reacting to your buster shots, that can cause them to throw several bones at once. Things can get hectic. Skull Sans is a fast-paced and incredibly fun boss fight. It likes to play with your gravity, and Skull Sans himself likes to teleport from side to side to throw you off, but as long as you keep calm and react to the attack, it's a satisfying fight. His sprites are also nicely done and well animated. Flashman 58. As a Skullman remake, this delivers everything I want. I like how the bones of the original are preserved. Yet, the challenges are revamped to be almost unrecognizable. Same overall layout, different specifics on each screen. Fresh colors on familiar tiles, miniature shield attackers. That's why, yes, that makes sense. Updated skeleton joes and weaponized background decorations mixed nicely with tricky new gimmicks and a wild boss fight. Good choice of sound effects too. As an Undertale crossover, key elements of the original fight with Sans are present and accounted for. Endless streams of things to dodge, laser shooting skulls, gravity flipping, and lots of bones. I would have liked moving platforms and some of the metagaming elements that make the fight so unique. I like the quirky music remix and how it seamlessly transitions into boss music. Indeed, the boss feels like an extension of the rest of the level, which appropriately makes the whole level feel like a drawn out boss fight. However, the design lacks elegance and the sudden and unfair difficulty feels like a misguided stab at authenticity. Challenge progression is all over the place, and the level expects the level to be an expert from the get-go. Special weapons are practically mandatory to avoid damage, and Break Dash demolishes half the level. Invisible force fields are an incomprehensible cheap shot. They need a more careful introduction. Tiles missing behind the boss gates, lasers persisting after the boss dies, and other little problems also hold the level back. When judging began, I couldn't appreciate any references to Undertale because I hadn't played it. This is one of the levels that prompted me to give the game a spin. Now that I'm know, my opinion is largely the same as it was initially. This level is a mess, yet I enjoy it anyhow. Finally, Ace 69. I could quote an Undertale meme here, but I never really bothered with the Undertale genocide route. So, And in full disclosure, despite being a furry, at the time of judging, I had not really put much into Toby Fox's stuff, so many references from them went over my head. Another remake stage, way more literally. This entire stage map is just Skullmans with new enemies and gimmicks, but it's amazing how much these new enemies and gimmicks change how the stage feels to play. I'm not just playing Skullman's stage with a few few enemy swaps or Skullman stage, but worse. This is a new level, this has a new identity, it's a stage itself that took a chance to use Skullman's layout and against the odds, defied them. This isn't Skullman's stage, it's Sans's. I don't recommend anyone trying this for future contests, this is incredibly hard to pull off. The first time I encountered this stage, I had a bad first impression, or rather, Yep, I initially experienced this by proxy. So Liana, who had played Undertale to completion, couldn't figure out what was going on. I, who had it at the time, certainly couldn't figure it out. It seemed cheap, and we were getting frustrated. We'd already gone through several annoying stages that day, and this just seemed like another one of those things. We came into it tired. We figured it wasn't fair on the level and just left my notes, a placeholder score, and planned to come back to it another day. Folks, this is an example of why you need to take your time with these things. And when I finally got to play the level myself, my opinion pretty much flipped. This is actually a pretty decent level. It does have issues, but let's state the obvious positives. There are some cool enemies. Combining the Sandstorm as both enemy and stage gimmick is an interesting touch. And the former background elements, the large dinosaur skulls, take vengeance. They aren't cheap, they blend in, but for the most part you don't encounter these guys in the midst of battle, so you have time to look at your surroundings. They also have a pretty good tail when they activate, at least for the horizontal ones. Dodging by reaction is fairly reasonable. The enemy spawners provide some hard but fair timing challenges. Being able to kill some of them with the Buster, and in a pinch use weapons against the others helps if a player isn't able to reliably manage it. The biggest issue with this stage in general is the visuals. Sure, it's pretty ugly recolor of Skullman, but that's not what I mean. The hitboxes all seem off. The gravity flip never seems to quite trigger when you expect it. Just how close can you stand next to the spawners? But as cool as the Sans Joe is, he's also my biggest problem with the stage. There is enough confusion when you run into him the first time. In the heat of battle, it's often way too difficult to tell you've gotten close to the guy, and the sound effect is just too generic to cue you in by itself. This often leads to being comboed into oblivion or dying if you accidentally spawn one in by backtracking and suddenly no longer finding a safe platform in your way. The confusion could have been greatly mitigated by means of an additional visual effect, even if it's just a burst of energy or something to show you're being pushed back. The fight against Sans, Sans. The fight against Sans is the highlight of the stage. A hectic looking fight that has clearly had a lot of thought put into it. Other than a potentially cheap hit at the start of the fight, he has good tails, and once you grope how he works, he's fun. Good job with this guy. Even like the fight enough to come back and no damage buster it. With better visuals and tails, I might have had a more positive first experience. If it is a little hard to tell what's going on, even on replay, the easier your mechanics and hitboxes are to tell, the better. As it stands, this is still a pretty good level, if a bit difficult. I expected an Undertale stage. I did not expect an Undertale Sans theme stage, although the title pretty much gives it away. I don't know what expectations I had, but my god, what a fantastic stage. I didn't actually honestly feel it was even that hard. Maybe that's just my years of experience speaking, but besides getting the third token, which has a very precise jump I end up using Magnet Beam for, everything else I did deathless. That was the only death in the stage. The Gaster Blasters are probably my favorite implementation. Just the sheer gotcha that caught me 3 times until I realized there's a visual tell in the aesthetics. That's awesome. Well, actually, Sans is probably the highlight of the stage. That boss is incredible, implementing both the enemies or shield attackers as the skulls from the native source fight, as well as the Gaster Blasters and the gravity flipping. It's all just absolutely fantastic. That boss is fun. I certainly look forward to re-challenging him many times over in the boss gallery. Because of the time penalty, this scored where it did, but it should be much higher. I don't know if top 50, but certainly much higher, similarly to King's Lair. Both of those stages don't deserve to be in tier 7. They're both fantastic. But that's it for this stage. Honestly, really love this one, and all the Undertale references landed. Really good job on this one. And with that said, let's take a quick refreshing pause and I'll be right back.